You can declare the war. Go ahead and declare the war.
Okay.
I'm sure you can figure this part out. You just right-click on them, just like any other time you want to interact with the country.
I got it. And do we want to call in allies?
All right, so let's talk about what these options mean, though. So when you're on the declare war screen, you have to choose your casus belli. And one of the starting tips when you're loading up the game for EU4 is choose your casus belli wisely. And that's actually a very good tip. It's true. You need to think logically about what province you want to be the war goal, because whatever the war goal is that you choose makes a huge difference strategically in where you can put your troops and like what you can do. Okay. So we have two choices because we fabricated a claim on Gibraltar and Malaga. We can either declare for Gibraltar or for Malaga. When we occupy one of those provinces, whichever one we choose, we're going to get something called a ticking war score. Every month that we occupy the province, it will tick up as, hey, we've held it for a while. So we want to choose the target that's the easiest for us to get to, easiest for us to hold on to, etc. I'd probably declare for
Malaga, right?
I'd probably go for Gibraltar, actually.
But isn't Malaga closer? So wouldn't that be easier to get to?
Well, I've actually already kind of helped you out a little bit. Notice how I've got 2 troops positioned in Sevilla, one troop in Cadiz, and 1 troop in Jaén. Sorry, 11 troops over there. We've already kind of spread our troops around to help out with this. Now, the AI is being super smart right now. Click on the province of Malaga. Mm-hmm. You remember how we mothballed our navy?
Yeah.
Well, Granada's super smart, and he's decided to mothball his fort, which means that the fort is off. And the way you can see that is right here. There's a little button for mothballing the fort. Mm-hmm. And that means that there's no
mothballed fort, yeah.
No garrison, which means that it's an empty castle. So if you want, actually, Malaga is going to be very easy to siege down. Normally, there would be a garrison there, and you have to siege it before you actually get control of the province. But in this case, either province will be good to declare on. Chat wants to know, won't the armies get black flagged? Okay, so black flagging is a super frustratingly complicated topic to explain well, but the long answer is no. They won't get black flagged. They won't get black flagged because we're allies with Castile, and because we already have military access here. If we weren't allies, yes, we would get black flagged.
Okay, so we're gonna go with... So do you think it's the better choice to go with Gibraltar then?
No, if Malaga was not mothballed, I would declare for Gibraltar because we can occupy it in about 1 month. But because Malaga...
I was going to say, I thought Malaga would be the smarter choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go.
Now, wait. Before...
Oh no!
we want to call Castile in. You didn't click the button to call Castile in.
I fucked up!
It's okay, we can fix it. Okay, so now you need to do a manual call to arms. There was a button in the bottom right-hand corner for, actually... Yeah, we can't even look at the interface anymore for 1 month. There was a button that you had to check to say, call Castile in on a promise of territory. So just right-click on Castile. Chat says she's just too courageous. By the way, to all the people in chat who said you have to call Castile in or you'll get black flagged, you were not correct. Look, we're still not black flagged. All you have to do is be allies. You're allies with someone.
So we need to call them in, right? Call to arms.
Yep. Okay, so this is very similar. You gotta check promised land, and then click confirm. So basically, we're friends with Castile, but we don't really have any right to call them in yet. We haven't been allies long enough. We have to develop favors with them so we can make them do stuff for us. But they will come join us if we promise to give them some land. All right, so we're already at war. So go ahead and do your best. Let's see. Just move the armies around. Go in. It's no different. It's just like Civ, right? Just select the army and then tell them to go to a different province, just like a tile, a hexagon, whatever. So take the 1 stack and put them in Gibraltar.
The 1 stack. Okay, see. Wait. I'm taking. Okay.
It's okay. The game's paused.
Okay.
Now try. Now imagine doing it while you're in a castle and there's not paused.
No way. Absolutely not. Okay, wait. So how do I move the units?
Chat's trying to help you out. They're telling you to... Okay, so box select is the best way to do it.
Okay, box select. Got it.
So click drag, box select the 1 stack, and then just right click in Gibraltar as a go-to command.
Oh, okay, got it.
Okay, so that's Granada. You want to send the 1 stack to Gibraltar, which is right next to it.
I'm so dumb. Okay, wait. I'm just getting excited.
All right. So he's going to Gibraltar. Good. Now take the 2 stack and send it to Malaga. and then take the 11 stack and throw it at the 7 stack. Now, I've tried to help you out here by prearranging the armies. Notice how I sent the 1 stack is an infantry, the 2 stack is also just infantry, the 11 stack is 9 infantry and the 2 cavalry. So we actually have different unit types. The cavalry are going to, they're going to help flank this army, and that's why we're using them. All right, so let's go ahead and unpause and we'll just see how things go. All right, so we're in combat. We are actually
the enemy.
We're attacking into the mountains, which, if you remember...
Wait, I got a thing. We've attacked our enemy in Granada. The cowardly forces of Granada will be crushed in boots of Portugal. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's just letting you know, like, in case you're not looking on the screen and, like, a battle happens in, I don't know, India or something, you'll get an alert. If you press the Q key again to look at terrain map mode, you can see that almost all of Granada is mountains. And mountains have a -2 penalty for the attacker. So...
Makes sense.
Fortunately, Earl of Avranches is rolling well. He's rolled a 9 in the first fire phase, which is the highest he can roll. We have an advantage over Iqbal ibn Umayy, their general, who's a 2-1. But we have the -2 because of terrain. So altogether, he got 9 on the dice roll, 1 for the fire advantage, -2 for attacking the mountains, equals 8 total roll. And he'll do that phase for 3 days. Second phase is shock. We got a 7 versus the enemy's 9. We have a 2 shock advantage, -2 for the mountains, equals 7. So altogether, we should just stack wipe right here. And we just got him. All right.
Yeah!
Nice job. That's what France did us. Okay. Now here's your like learner's permit test. Can you split off some troops from the attacking army we just used to go siege down Almeria as well?
Okay, so how do I split?
There's a few different ways you could do it. Actually, there's a lot of different ways. You could use the split button, which is S. It'll try to split the army right down the middle. And then you can just click on it and just select one of those two. Now, notice how the army you're sending has little stars above it?
Yeah.
That's an indicator that there's a general leading the army, and he's a 2-star general out of 1, 2, or 3 stars. So you're sending the general with that army. If that's what you want to do, that's fine, but just be aware that the general can only command one army, and you split the army. So you got to be aware, like, am I leaving my army without a leader in a position where it could actually get attacked? You're not, you're fine, but I'm just trying to make you, pay attention to that.
I get you. That's actually really interesting, because generals function completely differently in both civs of 5 and 6. They function like, it's more of like an AoE effect of like boosting combat skill, combat point.
Right, and in this case, like, the general doesn't do any combat at all. He does just give boosts, but he is in charge of a specific army. And you can actually teleport him around the map. As long as he's not in hostile terrain, you can reassign him.
Really? It doesn't like take time for him to move?
No, I don't know why. I've always thought that was funny, actually. I call it
What? That's really funny, actually. Yeah. I'm
a bit of a dork, so I've seen you ever see the movie or the anime called Bleach?
Yeah. An anime called Bleach? Yes, I'm very familiar with the Bleach.
You are? Okay, good. All right, good. So in Bleach, there's what is the name of the step command? Blink step or whatever. I can't remember now. I say it all the time when I'm not actually like trying to remember it.
I don't remember either.
Flash step. Flash step is Naruto's dad. I'm not talking about Naruto. I'm talking about freaking Bleach, okay? Anyway, I joke around about how you can teleport your general using the step, whatever it's called. I think it's Shimpo, or like, yeah, Shunpo, something like that. Ho Shunpo. Now chat's just trolling me.
Yeah, they are.
They're treating me. They're treating me like I'm an old dad man or something now. All right, so good job. You split the army off. Now, in order to do the siege of Granada, we need to have troops equal to 3 times the fort level of Granada, and that is a capital. It's the capital of Granada, so it's a level 1 fort no matter what. Capitals always have 1 fort level. So we only need 3 troops. If you wanted to min-max, you could go ahead and grab that army that's on Granada. Again.
Yep.
Press the D key to detach siege. And that'll pull off everything except for what's necessary to maintain the siege. And then you can send that to another province. Because everything else is going to get occupied in 1 month, 1 tick.
Okay.
But the capital is going to be sieged for a while, and we're suffering attrition to maintain the siege on Granada. So Like you could
So where am I moving these guys? Where should I move these guys?
I'd probably move them toward Gibraltar, just so that they're closer to. There's a strait. There's a strait that crosses from Gibraltar into Ceuta, and when we declared war, you declared war so fast. I don't know if you noticed. We're not at war with just Granada. We're also at war with Tunis, because Granada is allied to Tunis, and there was an indicator that said that Tunis would defend them. So, if you press the E key, you should see us in green, Castile in green, Granada is in red, and then Tunis is in Northern Africa, and they're also in red.
Yeah, I see it. Mm-hmm.
So the reason I would send them toward Gibraltar is just so that if somehow Tunis gets military access through Tlemcen and they try to cross that strait or something and we're not ready for it, like we want to kind of be in position to get down into Africa. So
okay, so I'm moving the units to Gibraltar now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we've already taken care of the army movements. We have not used any naval units yet. So grab that fleet that we unmothballed a while back. And now that we're actually at war, I would probably grab the admiral, or technically the explorer, who we put in front of the trade fleet, and teleport him into the combat navy. Right? War is more important than trade. So I would put the leader, the admiral, in charge of the heavies now.
Okay.
So you grab the 12 that are in Lisboa. Then you click either no leader, or you can just press the N key. N for leaders. I don't know why it's N. It's the one that logically.
I just moved.
Diogo Gomez.
Yep. Okay. I did the thing.
Okay.
Was I supposed to? I did the thing right?
Yep. No, you're good. Diogo Gomez is now in charge. So now grab that navy, and then just like with the armies, just right-click on the Gulf of Almeria. The sea tile. Obviously, you can't send your boats onto the land, so we want to go blockade that capital now so that it's easier to siege.
Okay.
All right, there you go. Good stuff. Cogs in the combat fleet. Yeah, well, we only have 2 heavies that are currently available, and Cogs do have cannons.
Oh, we have border friction across our country. There's outrage that we would ally with a nation who holds provinces rightfully ours. Perhaps a policy change is in order. Put a positive spin on things, or revoke the claim.
So that's because we got claims on Castile, and he's our ally. So you can, if you want to keep the claims because you plan on killing Castile, we should probably either spend Diplo points to put a spin on things, or we could just take an opinion hit with Castile, or we could revoke the claim. Do you think you're the type of person that's going to betray your historical friend, your historical ally?
No, because I don't want to be an Oathbreaker, dude. I think about the Oathbreaker board here, and I don't want to be on the Oathbreaker board.
All right, well then I would probably revoke the claim, but you lose prestige for that, don't you?
Yeah, we lose 5 prestige, but we're already at like negative 11 prestige.
Yeah, we're not very prestigious. That's true.
Whatever. Fuck it. I revoke the claim.
Chat is suggesting.
Contact with honor and dignity in this game.
Okay, chat's suggesting that we should leave a single ship in the Straits of Gibraltar. Let me just explain, mostly to chat, just briefly, why we don't need to do that. I mentioned that I would probably move the army near Gibraltar just so that it's ready to go if we want to move into Africa. But technically, we don't have to worry about the army invading because we have a fort in Ceuta. So if they try to march into Ceuta, they're going to get stuck having to siege down a fort. We don't need to protect the strait. And then, Munko 4, from your perspective, don't worry about it. It's fine.
Okay. All right, it's fine.
It's just fine.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Totally fine.
All right, so Paradox loves dice rolls, as we've already discovered. If you click on the fort in Granada, or the province of Granada, now, instead of just seeing the province interface, you're going to see the Siege of Granada, the siege interface.
Yes, I see that.
Sieges work just like combat. We roll a dice roll every number of days, and depending on what we roll, we either make progress on the siege or we don't. Right now, we currently have I love this math. This math makes no sense anywhere except for with Paradox. We currently have a negative 36% chance of sieging the fort. Can you think of any other game? Can you think of any other game where you can actually have a negative % chance of doing something?
No.
It doesn't make any sense. Chat, are you with me on this? I mean, you can't have a negative chance. You either have 0% chance, some chance, or 100% chance. There's no such thing as a negative % chance. But it's still useful information because it's basically letting you know that you can't succeed on the next dice roll. You're going to make more progress. As you make more progress, that number will get bigger, and eventually it'll become positive. And when it's positive, that is the actual chance you will take the fort. So there's no chance, but that's by how much there's no chance, I guess.
Okay.
So right now it's at negative 35. It'll go up, hopefully. Nope. So we just rolled a dice roll, and we got a 2, which resulted in a status quo, which means no progress was gained. Negative 36%
money
understanding.
We're making, though.
Money we're making. We're actually losing money.
Well,
but
oh, yeah. Good point. I was just looking at the glowing yellow numbers rising.
Yep, that's because we're blockading all the ports and because we are parking armies on the provinces. We're looting. All right, so we can take technology. We have a new alert.
Cool. Yeah, you can invest in new technology.
Is it intuitive enough? Do you see what it's asking you to do? There's 3 types of technology: admin, dip, and mill, and the only one that's highlighted is the middle one for diplomacy. There's no penalties to taking it right now, so there we go. And now we're actually 4 years ahead of time, so we're getting a bonus.
Nice.
That red plus 35 is letting you know that we're ahead of time, and that's a good thing, actually. We're getting trade efficiency and yearly corruption reduction for being ahead of time on technology. Cool.
Supplies shortage.
Yeah, okay, so this time we actually got some progress then. So on the left of the siege interface, it says there's like a little pie chart that fills up. If you hover over the pie chart, it'll tell you we have 28 days left to the next siege phase. Each phase is currently 38 days. We currently have 2 siege status built up from our previous dice rolls out of a maximum of 12. And in the bottom of that, it says supply shortage gives 1 status, food shortage gives 2, water shortage gives 3, and a defender's desert gives +1. If you hover over that negative 29 on the very far right, it'll actually break down the chance that you're going to get each of those types of status. So if the sum of all of our numbers adds up to between 5 and 11, we will get a supplies shortage. And based on our current status progress, that is a 50% chance on the next dice roll. We have a 14% chance for a food shortage, 14% chance for a water shortage, 0% chance for defender's desert, and 0% chance for surrender.
Okay.
Basically, just wait. I mean, like, knowing how all this stuff works is useful, but you just park an army there and wait, basically. I mean...
Just to answer chat really quick, I was not a player at the LAN Party. There was a lot of very talented players at the LAN Party of varying experience with the game, but more or less everybody knew how to play the game and played it well, better than I could. So I was essentially a volunteer for the LAN Party, and like I had no idea what EU4, like I had no idea what this game was before it. All I knew is that it kind of looked like Civ, and it looks like a real complicated game. And the more I ended up indirectly playing it because I was learning about all the doing stuff through real life espionage, and like some players would take the time and sit down and be like, well, we're messing up this country and this is how we have to do it, and this is where our navies are, and this is how we're going to move stuff. So that's how I started to pick up on some of the game. And I was also like having lunch and dinner with the Paradox developers, so like I could ask them questions and stuff like that, but I had never really played the game before. So this is my first time seriously sitting down and playing the game. But I just LARP, so I do a lot of live action role play, and that's like basically what I do. I travel the world and I LARP. And if you guys check out my Instagram, like you can see all the crazy games I go to. But EU4 was my first exposure with this. Also, we've hit the Renaissance.
Nice. So that's an institution. It's this game is so damn complicated. Thinking of all the things that I'm trying to cover, it's like just trying to explain how naval combat, well, not even naval combat, just blockades and like sieges work. And now we got to talk about the institutions. Jesus. It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It is a lot. It is a lot. This is basically if you zoomed in on Civ and like played in like way higher detail. Like this is really interesting about how much you have to think about all these little cogs and gears. Oh, right. Wait, hold on. Treason against Portugal. Recruitment is out of necessity, something that has to be somewhat decentralized affair. And the only form of control we have are the often sporadic inspections the army itself conducts. One such inspection in Madeira has unearthed quite a local scandal. The roles we have for the area are full of functional names, and nobody seems to know what we could actually muster from the region. Fictional names. This is unfortunate. Lose 2.5% in army professionalism. Oh, we'll get corrupted army roles until March. Following effects. Local manpower modifier, -50. Ooh, shit. We must punish the perpetrator and conduct our own survey. Nobility estate loses 10 loyalty. Gain 2.5 armed professionalism. We must punish the perpetrator and conduct our own survey. Duh. That was easy. I'm just gonna go, this is unfortunate. Gotta get it together.
It's so funny, because, like, okay, first off, I don't think I've ever read that entire event, because I just jumped right to the modifiers, which is just comical to me. And second off, I would have gone the other way. But okay.
We gotta get our shit together. Professionalism is important.
Yeah, what does professionalism do? You don't know yet, do you? It's good, though, right? It sounds good. It's green. It's green, so it must be good.
But it's also the story.
Yeah, the story. That's what's important. Okay.
Clearly, I'm not playing this game with, like, intent to win, I guess.
I just don't see how you're going to conquer the world at this rate.
I don't know how I'm going to do it.